In today's video, we take a look at two armies and we're going to compare the throwers and the Hydra attack. Let's get right into the first replay. So here we see an esport player playing in Legends PJ from Belgium, who's a player for CB7, and he is now attacking here with the throwers. So we're going to compare which army is stronger. Those are still very, very strong armies. The third army, obviously, which is very, very strong, is the Super Bowlers, but those we can cover the next time again. Here we see now PJ starting off with the Dragon Duke on the 1 o'clock side. He uses the Icebox spell, has the new equipment, which is going to deal damage to all these defenses which hit the Dragon Duke. And now we can see the throwers which are deployed here at the 2 o'clock side. Queen funneling at 3. Dragon Duke is in the Phoenix ability, dashing out the damage to all these defenses around. He still has revive spells and he still has an Icebox spell, so he can definitely bring it back and just increase the damage. Here he's now using the log launcher from the 2 o'clock side to open these walls. We can see here the Revenge Tower just taken care of, and now he brings back the Dragon Duke at 12 o'clock using that one more Icebox spell to make sure he deals more damage to all these Builder Hearts, to the Cake Thrower, and all these defenses around. He still has 2 more revive spells, so this army is heavily relying on the Dragon Duke and those revive spells. The throwers are now pushing through from the 2 o'clock side. Queen with the ability at 3, doing the perfect funnel. He can now use those totems to tank that Town Hall Guardian, the Logger, and now he's using the Overgrowth for the Monolith, for the Fire Spitter, and all these defenses on the left side of the core. He's now pushing towards the Town Hall. The Invest Tower at the Town Hall has been triggered. The Dragon Duke once again gets revived, can deal even more damage to the Cake Thrower, now taking it down. And then he even has another revive spell in for the backhand to push through if needed. We can see now Dragon Duke takes care of that. Cake Thrower is now targeting that Fire Spitter next, and is now still going to reflect some damage also against that Monolith. We can see now he actually just tanks the Monolith with the totem to make sure the Dragon Duke can pick off that Monolith. Obviously now he's not going to reflect any damage, but in this case it doesn't matter. He can just overpower it. He still has a reverse spell and the King ability left, so this attack is completely smashed. We can see there's one lonely Tesla at 6 o'clock, but he still has the ability for the King. He's just gonna swag it because why not? One ability, which is obviously passive, also swagged, and then the revive spell. And now on the other side we have the Hydra attack. So here we see the attack from PJ from CB7 now with the Hydra. So we are going to alternate between the two and then come to potentially a conclusion, or maybe just both strategies are strong. PJ obviously being the player from CB7, I definitely want to point out their new server. They have a community server. I will link it down below. Definitely check it out. I will also link PJ's Twitter down below. Here we see the Queen being started from the 2 o'clock side, the Skywagon at the 11 o'clock side, setting the funnel, one totem to pull out the Hero Guardian, the Tonal Guardian, the Log Launcher. Now we see all these heroes behind the Tonal, uses the Rage and the Warden ability, and the Ice Block here for the Dragon Duke, which he dropped at the 4 o'clock side. Now he's just going to reflect all the damage of that air defense, of that X-Bow, and just going to help that Queen to secure that bottom flank. At the meantime, his air spam is pushing through the Tonal, through the Clan Castle area, through the Cake Thrower, all that value which is around the Tonal. So just making sure he gets all that value up top. The Overgrowth has been used over the Monolith on the backside, and now he's using some Rocket Loons to speed up the process. We can see now he still has 2 revive spells in his pocket. He has the Minion Prince ability. The Minion Prince is on the 9 o'clock side with the remaining troops. Now the Overgrowth wears off. He can use some Rocket Loons to take care of that Monolith. The Minion Prince is still there, using now the ability, and yeah, it's completely cooked here. He still has a revive spell, which he is probably not gonna need. He can still use it if he wants, just to speed up the process a little bit, but usually those air attacks are not that slow. So here he takes care of this base and he once again swags a revive spell. So this army is also very, very strong. And now we are back with the throwers. He's now attacking a box base, and here we can see the double rages on both flanks, one at the 7 o'clock side, 7:30, and then one at the 1:30 o'clock side. The tonal is at 10:30 outside, and the revenge tower here on the opposite side at 4:30. Peg thrower in the middle, monolith in the rage compartment at 7, and he's going to start off with the throwers at the 6 o'clock side, and now just using that Dragon Duke on that right at the 5 o'clock side to set the final, pushing the throwers to the left, right into the monolith. He's using the super wall breaker there to open up that wall, and now those throwers with the warden, with the healers, can just push in. At the meantime, this Dragon Duke is now using the Icebox spell to just reflect that damage to that super wizard tower and that revenge tower, and just setting that funnel, pushing those throwers towards the core and then that Torn Hall. Here we see the next Icebox spell, which is also gonna reflect that cake, which is gonna hit that one back, and then we will see the Dragon Duke use his Phoenix ability. Poison perfectly placed on the clan castle, and now the king on the 9 o'clock side just walking outside with the queen and some throwers which walked, and now we can see once again the lock launcher just opening these walls very nicely towards the Torn Hall. Everything can go towards the Torn Hall and just take care of the rest of the base. The Dragon Duke has gone down towards the 3 o'clock side of that core, but yeah, he still has revive spells and he still has the overgrowth. So once again here the Dragon Duke definitely being crucial in both of these armies. We can see now overgrowth for the backside of that rage. He's now using the revive spell for the Dragon Duke, which can now take care of that air defense at 3 o'clock and that air expo. And now there's not so much damage actually for the Dragon Duke, even though he still has revive spells. So he can still bring the Dragon Duke back when required. But we can see here the throwers are just pushing through at the 12 o'clock side in that core. They can reach the rage tower and then also reach those raged up buildings here with the fire splitter and that multi-gear tower. But we can see there's an ice golem, there's the queen still, the warden still has his passive ability, and he still has revive spells. So yeah, this is once again completely crushed, and PJ just makes Legend 1 look super easy. Obviously it's not esport mode, but it's the highest league we have in game, which is not esports. So yeah, we can see here he completely dominates it. And yeah, here he gets the overkill triple once again. And once again, we see the next Hydra attack. Here he again has these Icebox spells to make sure his Dragon Duke gets more value. He's now going to plan on this base, which is once again a box base with those double rage towers, one rage tower in front of the Torno, one by the revenge tower. Now we see the queen with the arrow from the top side through the base. Dragon Duke used at the 11 o'clock side. Queen is going towards 1. We see the Sky Wagon at 3 o'clock setting the funnel with one Inferno Dragon. And now the dragons and the drag riders start into the base from 1:30. They can just push into that multi-gear tower compartment. At the same time, the Dragon Duke here takes care of that revenge tower side. There is some Teslas and air skeletons luring him out, but he can just reflect that damage from the revenge tower and also effectively tanking this revenge tower, which is very, very nice. He now actually uses rocket loons to snipe down that revenge tower, which is a very nice touch, very well done of him. And now he's pushing through with his air spam through the tunnel compartment, using the right spells, using the minion prince ability just to push through. He still has revive spells. He has the Icebox spell for the Dragon Duke if required, and he has a totem. So this one looks already quite cooked. The Dragon Duke now in the Phoenix ability at 9 o'clock, but he can still just bring him back if needed. Actually, it wasn't even the Phoenix ability. He still has the Phoenix. That was just the heal that he gets from the equipment, which is super, super strong. And now we can see the Super Dragon at the 6 o'clock side, setting that funnel. He's now using that Icebox spell on the Dragon Duke to reflect that damage towards the monolith. And yeah, otherwise he still has revive spells. He's just going to revive that Dragon Duke. There's not much standing, honestly. It's just this and he also revives the super minion prince. So the monolith falls. Now the next stop is that X-bow, and he's gonna take care of that X-bow, gonna take care of that scatter shot, and now he just gets the triple. Easy peasy, and once again, very nice hit from PJ. And then last but not least, we watch this hit from PJ with the throwers. This is a base I think Itsu posted. I'm not sure if Itsu built this or if it's just one base he shared on his YouTube. But here we see PJ now attacking it with the throwers and also using that Dragon Duke with that revenge deck. And now let's see how he's gonna approach this. It's effectively an anti-2. The Tornos in the middle of the base. There's two rage towers, one at the 10 o'clock side and one at the 2 o'clock side, or like 1:30 and 10:30 basically. Throwers being dropped at 7, and now the Dragon Duke at the 5 o'clock side. One Headhunter to support with the Dragon Duke takedown of the enemy Dragon Duke. Now we see the Wall Breaker being played at the 7 o'clock side for the throwers so they can walk in there. The Dragon Duke is now obviously supposed to funnel this other side, the Revenge Tower side, and also help to make sure those throwers retarget and go towards 7 o'clock. He uses the log launcher to open up these walls towards the core and also help with that Torno Guardian. And now we can see the Queen and the King being used at the 9 o'clock side. So he's definitely switching it up a little bit. He's not going to stuck with one approach all the time, but he has some different ways to place this strategy. The log launcher doing a perfect job opening these walls. The Torno falls. Now it's just about getting these storages and that Torn Hall and that cake in the core of the base, which just falls while I try to find my words. But here it goes really, really smoothly for PJ. Those throwers in the middle of the base doing a perfect job. They can pretty much reach everything. They're going to take down this one Ice Golem in the core of the base, but then they can just approach these last defenses which are in the rage. He uses now the Overgrowth for the top side of the base, for the 1 o'clock side, multi-gate tower, the ricochet cannon, and that multi. And now his troops can just push through that scatter shot. The left multi already falls. There's still the action figure, which is going to go down just about now. And now we see he still has spells left. He still has a revive and actually 2 revives and 1 freeze. So he can still just push through the base quite easily. He can bring back the Dragon Duke if required, or obviously his other heroes if he chooses so. Maybe just going to keep one just to make sure the Warden stays alive. The Warden with the Thrower is always very, very crucial, because with the Rage Aura, he's not only going to increase the damage the throwers can deal, but he's also increasing the healing of the healers on the throwers, so it really makes sure that they don't go down. Now he's just bringing back those heroes at the 10 o'clock side just for the time's sake. He doesn't really need it at all. And this way he's just gonna triple. There's just this one storage, and this is easy cleanup. GG PJ, thanks again for sharing this, and I will obviously link him and his clan down below. CB7, this is definitely a community you should check out. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if there's anything interesting you want me to cover. And that's it from me, Iron out. Ciao.